Hey guys, I've been tagged by Retrogamingmaniac in following the Taggin Tubers trend. Being asked 4 questions. I think it actually started out as name 5 random gaming facts, but somewhere along the way it was lost in translation and has been changed to questions. I think it was 5 questions at once, but I don't know the 5th question. I only have the 4 questions that Retrogamingmaniac had. And I think for the 5th thing, I'm going to add just a random gaming fact about myself after the 4 questions. The first question is, do you struggle buying games? Used to, I didn't struggle buying games because I've been collecting for a long time, and my collecting really picked up when I first went to college in the early 2000s, and I didn't really struggle back then because, nice games, gems weren't that expensive. I picked up, like Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, and Mega Man 5. I already had Mega Man 6, but I got 2 through 5 back then for like maybe $10 to $15 a piece, and that's not bad. I might even got them for less. I think I got a Mega Man 2 for even $5 back then, but recently, yeah, definitely, just because of, like Retrogamingmaniac said, prices have skyrocketed recently in the past couple of years. Just out of nowhere, the retro gaming boom just happened, and it's hard to pick up games. On to question 2. Have I regretted trading in any games? And when I was thinking about what I was going to say for this, I was trying to think back and remember something I've regretted trading in, but there's nothing really jumps out of me specifically because I never really traded in my games all my life. I just kept them for whatever reason, I don't know. But on the 360, I did trade in. When I had my 360 in those days, I traded in almost every game I bought to trade into the next game because I was struggling, trying to play the newest game that I wanted to play in the next game that came out, because I definitely keep up with playing new games as well as retro games. But yeah, I can't think of anything specifically. I do regret trading some of my 360 games because the library I have is just so small in the 360, and there was some fun games. I did have a lot of fun playing the 360 and some of the games on there, especially the online play, because that's where it really began for me online. Was the 360. I'd missed out on the PS2 online days, and I never had a PS3, so I got a 360, started playing Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, Call of Duties, of course. Those were tons of fun, especially Left 4 Dead. I really played that one a lot, and I regret trading in some of my 360 catalog, but that's pretty much it on that. If I had to play a game again for the first time, what would it be? Hands down, Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. I go on about how my favorite game is Final Fantasy VI for the SNES, and I've played all these RPGs. I grew up playing, Earthbound when it was brand new. I played Secret of Mana when it was new. Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy 3 in the SNES. When it was like one week old, I played it. But when I played Chrono Trigger for the first time, it was graphically better than any game I had played at the time. The landscapes were absolutely gorgeous. The music was just beautiful, and it was just amazing. And the reason I choose Chrono Trigger over these other games is that I remember so many different places I was when I was playing this game. I got the game for Christmas. I got it early. I went to my grandparents' house, and we were staying for a couple of weeks, and that was about 6 hours from where I lived. And I went down. We had my grandparents had a basement that was pretty much where me and my brother lived while we were up there, and I played the heck out of Chrono Trigger in Ohio. It was such a wonderful feeling, a kid off school. There was snow outside. It was dark. It was cold in northern Ohio, and I had my feet propped up, and I was playing Chrono Trigger in the basement next to a wood burning stove, and it's a wonderful memory that I would love to experience again for the first time. Really good game, fantastic game. If I had to be buried, question 4, if I had to be buried with a console, what would it be? And this is easy answer for me as well. Hands down, the Super Nintendo. Easy because I played it so much. I went through so many RPGs on that system. Friday night was go rent a game at the video store, keep it till Sunday because you can keep it Friday night, Saturday night, and return it on Sunday. It was the only day of the week that you can rent and keep it for a couple of days. Every other time you rented, you had to bring it back the next day. So it was always a race to see who could get to the video game store after school first, which meant you had to wait on your parents to pick you up, or wait till you ride the bus home and then come back out to town to go to the video store. And it was always a race to get to the Super Nintendo games, the newest, best platformer that was out. I tried to stay away from renting RPGs. I tried to get them for my birthday or for Christmas or save up money or whatever, because obviously it takes a toll on you to try and play that in one weekend, or any RPG on the SNES. But a lot of platformers, a lot of action games on the SNES. I rented a lot, so definitely would want that console to go with me. It's probably the closest to my heart more than anything. And as for a fifth, since I don't have a fifth question, it got lost somewhere along the lines, but just a random gaming fact. Currently, as I play video games, what I try to do is I play 2 games at once. I can't handle any more, and even that's a struggle. I'll play 1 console game and 1 mobile game, and I don't play any other games on mobile, and I don't play any other games on the console until I finish those games, until I move on. And sometimes they're both current, or sometimes one's current. Most of the time the console one is current. Sometimes it's not, and then sometimes the mobile one is a retro game, because I can pick up my old DS or a GBA or whatever and play some retro games, or my Retro Duo Portable and play some Super Nintendo games. But what I try to do is, after I play a new game, a current game, then I try to go back and find a retro game that I haven't played yet, that I've heard good things about, that I want to play, and then I'll play it until I finish it. And just recently I finished Breath of Fire 2 for the first time, and I mixed it in while playing Assassin's Creed on the PlayStation 4. So I was playing PlayStation 4 on the console in my living room, and then I would come to bed or go to work and take my mobile and take my Retro Duo Portable and play Breath of Fire 2. Scratch that, I actually played that on Game Boy Advance because the graphics were better and all that, but I played the Breath of Fire 1 on my Retro Duo Portable, and I took that with me and I played it on the SNES, and I always try to mix and match. So if I play a new game, then I try to throw in a retro game the game after. So I'm going to put the link in the description below for Retrogamingmaniac. He's a cool dude. Check him out. Subscribe to him, like and comment, and if you're watching this video, I'd appreciate a like and a comment if you like what you hear. If you're not, there's some other videos on my channel you might want to check out. I got some talk shows, some other little fun narrative type videos that you could check out and maybe get some enjoyment out of. Okay, before I sign off, let me tag 3 more people. I want to tag Jollen Gibson. She's got some pickup videos. She's pretty cool. Check her out. She's got about 200 subs right now. Everybody sub and like and help each other out. Jollen Gibson, I tag you. Nerdbitesweekly. There's a couple of guys that I know personally. They run a podcast. They need some more subs and likes, comments and whatnot. So I'm trying to help those guys out too, and I'd like to hear your responses to these questions as well. And I'd like to tag a guy I also follow on Twitter, and he's got some funny videos. Not sure how to pronounce his last name. His first name is Robert Santellan or Santellan. I'm not sure, but he's got some geek tales, and he's got some other videos that are pretty funny, and he's very active on Twitter, and I'd like to hear your responses as well. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Stay on the lookout. I'm trying to get some more content out for you guys to watch and like. So take care.